The European Commission has stated that all businesses must comply with the European Accessibility Act by June 28, 2025 to promote inclusivity and allow everyone in the EU to access the same features. Over 135 million people in the EU have disabilities, and this can make accessing the web, media, and physical products more difficult. This gives you and your business a ticking clock to comply with the new legislation. But what details does the EAA include, and how do you ensure that your business complies with it? Well, let's get into that right now. So, the European Accessibility Act will standardize the accessibility requirements for essential products and services across all member states. By doing so, the EU aims to enhance accessibility online, in person, and when automated. The EAA will boost cross-border trading through a standardized system and increase the size of the market due to the 135 million people who don't have easy access to products and services. This is a big win for inclusivity and accessibility. However, complying with the EAA isn't just about avoiding the legal ramifications. It's also an opportunity. Strengthened accessibility will benefit your brand's image and allow people with disabilities to easily access your website and services like anyone else. With fewer limitations as to who can use your services, you can increase your potential consumer base. It's a win-win. So what kinds of businesses will have to comply with the new EAA rules? The European Accessibility Act affects businesses based in the EU and those with audiences and customers based in the EU. Most of the changes coming into effect will be found online, such as contacting services, consuming media, and using websites. Some of the affected businesses include websites and e-commerce, tech and operating systems, ticket sales and checking machines, mobile phones and apps, digital television services, telephone services, television broadcast equipment, transport services, banking services, and audiovisual content. The EAA applies to a wide range of services, so most businesses will need to take action in some way. Any business with a website will need to improve its accessibility to the new standards, such as integrating alt text in images, captions in video, and making the website navigable without a mouse. So your business needs to comply with the Accessibility Act. But how? Following the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines will keep your website compliant with the new rules, and the EAA's accessibility requirements for physical products and services will also need to be met. So here are just a few examples of changes that businesses will need to make to their services and content. All ATM and ticket machines will have to be made accessible to those with visual impairments by using Braille keypads and audio assistance in the form of voiceover. Audiovisual content must be consumable for everyone, which requires access for those with visual or hearing impairments. Captions, subtitles, and audio descriptions can achieve this standard of accessibility. And transportation services will need to become more accessible than ever. General and emergency announcements will need to be loud and clear with both audio and visual variations for those with sensory impairments. Transportation services will also need physical accessibility features, such as ramps and wheelchair access. In addition to websites and services, businesses will also need to update staff training and complete regular site audits as well. Not only is this list of requirements extensive, but each member state is also tasked with governing the consequences of not complying with the Accessibility Act individually. Punishment will therefore vary from country to country and will include fines and criminal sentences. This is why all businesses should cross-reference their website, content, and services with the Accessibility Act linked in the description to ensure that they comply with the new rules. We'll have a link to the European Accessibility Act linked below. While we would love to give you an easy checklist for all the European Accessibility Act requirements for your business, the details will depend on the services you offer and the country your business is based in or sells to. Businesses may also be exempt from compliance if their profits fall below a certain amount or their workforce is too small. Cross-reference your products and services with the European Accessibility Act to discover where you need to improve your accessibility features. And let us know if you need help complying with the new rules in your video content before the deadline of June 28, 2025. At Voquent, we're experts when it comes to accessibility and localization. We provide high-quality subtitles, voiceovers, captions, audio descriptions, sign language, and dubbing to businesses worldwide, ensuring that you offer your audience accessible products that also comply with the new rules of the European Accessibility Act. So let's make the world a little more accessible. See ya!